Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, something that I have been wanting to make for a while. We're going to be talking about sorority recruitment at the University of South Carolina and my experience and like what I went through before, during, and after my recruitment experience, and then any tips and advice I have for people that want to rush or are planning to rush. If I look down, it's because I have notes on my phone. I went through recruitment in the fall of 2017 and a lot of things have changed since then. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna try and keep it like as up to date as possible, but also still going like based off of like my recruitment experience. That makes sense. So I'm just gonna like give you like a little bit of insight. I rushed in 2017 as a freshman. I knew nothing about Greek life. Nobody in my family had ever been involved in Greek life. So I did not know what to expect. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had 0 rec letters, which I know that's not super important, but I would honestly recommend getting a couple if you can. And basically like how you get rec letters is I would post on Facebook or like have your mom, sister, whoever in your family post on Facebook. If you know someone already in a Greek organization, that works too. And just posting that you need a rec letter, and then like make a list of like what sororities are at your school. Like at South Carolina we have 13, so you would like just list all 13 out and say I would like a rec letter for each of these. It's not necessary, but I think it does help you a lot, and I regret not having any. I was super on the fence about rushing, but then I met my roommate, my freshman year roommate Summer, and she is the one that actually like convinced me to put my deposit down and go through the entire process. I wanted to make the disclaimer that before I get into it, I did not have a typical rush experience. My experience is very different from what the average person's experience is like. So I want to keep that in mind before I get started so that you are not scared or worried at all. I'm just unique. For the University of South Carolina, you will move in a week early from when school starts. So it'll be like around the 2nd week of August, around like the 14th, 15th, around there. And then on the night of move-in, I think for me it was like 5 p.m. we had a meeting, and basically you will meet your Pi Chis and your Pi Chi group. You'll have already gotten a call with like your Pi Chi's names and like what group number you're in, but this is the night where you'll actually like meet your entire group and like meet your Pi Chi's and get a lot of information. So basically this meeting is like basic information about what recruitment's going to look like, what your schedule is going to look like for the next week and a half, and you'll get your recruitment bag. So in your recruitment bag, at least when I went through it, we had the 2 t-shirts because you wear a different shirt for rounds 1 and 2, the info booklet, and I don't know what else they're putting in it now, but that was basically like all we got. And that's basically all you do on the night of move-in. So I think it should be like maybe like an hour or 2. I don't remember. They might have given you like a couple like presentations, but I really don't remember. It was so long ago. Before I get started on like what my experience was for the rounds, I wanted to give a detailed explanation of what to pack in your bag every day, because I wish someone would have told me this, because I was so underprepared. So I'm going to go through what I would recommend bringing in your bag every day, because you never know what's gonna happen. Oil blotting sheets, because if you're rushing at the University of South Carolina, it's midsummer, so it's like 90+ degrees outside, so you're gonna sweat. And going off of that, makeup remover wipes, a small makeup bag for touch-ups. Highly, highly, highly recommend a makeup bag for touch-ups. Deodorant is essential because you're gonna be sweating and probably smelling gross. Perfume also probably gonna smell gross because you're sweating. Band-aids for blisters, etc. This was a big one for me. I got killer blisters, and I also ended up I tripped and fell in heels and scraped my entire knee up. Blood was rushing down my leg, and I had to ask the Pi Chi for band-aids, which like they'll always have band-aids, but it was super embarrassing, and I would highly recommend just having band-aids on you so you can save yourself a little bit of embarrassment. Handheld snacks, because it's gonna be a long day, it's like 8 to 10 hours of talking to people. So you want snacks and water. Also, I would recommend a hair tie or a scrunchie because it is going to be so hot outside. So if you're having your hair down in between rounds, I would put it up and then bring a hairbrush so that you can fix it before you go into the house. The podcast will have mints, but I would recommend bringing your own as well, just in case they run out, because I think they have to supply that on their own, so they might not have enough. So I would recommend bringing your own mints. Do not bring gum because it is frowned upon to be talking while smacking your gum. Also bring a portable charger because you're going to be taking notes on your phone in between each round so that you can remember what you talked about, what you liked about the sorority, what you thought of the girls, like all of that stuff. So definitely bring a portable charger so that you can take notes. If you're rushing at the University of South Carolina, I would recommend like a handheld fan just because the heat, and it's really hot and you're gonna be sweating, and I wish I would have brought a handheld fan. Also hand sanitizer, because you don't know what you're gonna be touching, who you're gonna be touching. Sometimes they grab you. So yeah, I would just bring hand sanitizer, but I'm also a freak. This is basically for rounds 2, 3, and prep. I would bring a change of shoes. So like if you're wearing heels, I would bring either sandals or flip-flops to wear like when you're walking each house, because walking in heels can hurt after a while. And I wish I would have brought flip-flops or sandals when I was wearing heels because it was really hard to do. Let's get on to round 1, which is Go Greek. This is like the most basic round, play-by-play of how your day is going to go. You're meeting with your group early that morning. For me, we met at Strom Fields at 8 a.m. You're meeting with your group early that morning and they will explain your schedule and give it to you. When I went through recruitment, the first day we went to every single house, so that was 13 houses. And then the second day we went to like a sorority 101 workshop, which we literally just sat on the floor and like watched presentations for like however many hours. It was so boring. But I think now they might have changed it to where they might be splitting the houses in half. So you'll do like 7 one day, 6 one day, and then you'll have like the sorority 101 like somewhere in there. I'm not sure though, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what they started doing. First day, we went to every single house and we talked to a girl for 20 minutes in each house. So it's very basic conversations because you don't really have enough time to like get in deeper. So it's like, what's your name, your major, where are you from, what you did in high school, stuff like that. What you're going to wear. I'm going to give you basic outfit options because I wish someone would have told me this because I dressed so bad. So I wish someone would have told me this, so I'm telling you this. You're gonna wear your round 1 shirt, which they'll tell you which shirt is for which round. Cute skirt or shorts. There was a rumor going around that you couldn't wear a denim skirt, so I didn't wear a denim skirt. And then I saw hundreds of girls wearing denim skirt, which you can wear denim. They literally don't care if you're wearing denim or not. That is like the last thing on their mind. Either wear a denim or flowy skirt. If you guys want me to do like a full outfit like ideas video, I can. I don't really know who's gonna watch this. So if like enough people watch this and like want to see an entire video outfit ideas, let me know in the comments. I'm just gonna give like basic ideas for this video. Denim or flowy shorts, and I would wear cute sneakers like Air Force One, platform white sneakers, any kind of like fashion sneaker, if that makes sense. You can look up on Pinterest like what a fashion sneaker is. For your hair, since it's the very first day and it's the most casual day, I would recommend wearing your hair either half up, half down and styled, and a ponytail and styled, a low bun and styled, just because it is so hot outside and you're gonna be sweating because it's the middle of summer and it's the most casual day, so you can get away with it and no one's really gonna judge you as long as it's styled and not like messy. Like, it can be like a cute messy, but not like I just rolled out of bed messy. Okay, sorry if the angle changed. My memory card ran out of storage, so I had to fix that. So I left off on round 1, day 2. Round 1, day 2 for me was Sorority Recruitment 101, where they basically just talked about the recruitment process all day and had like presentations. Houses might be split up into 2 days now, so you might have a couple houses, and then the Sorority Recruitment 101. Not really sure how they're doing it, but your podcast will let you know when you meet with them on the night of move-in. Since it's still round 1, you're having the same conversations because they're still 20 minutes each. You're just visiting different houses. Since it's the same round and you won't be seeing any of the same houses that you've already met with, you can wear the exact same outfit that you wore the first day if you want to, or you can change it up a little bit, completely up to you. And then after you meet with all of your houses or you do Sorority Recruitment 101, you will vote your top 10, which the order doesn't matter in your top 10, just randomly assign them. Your bottom 3 is super important on the order. So what you're gonna do is put the very first one in your bottom 3 is the house that you want to get called back to out of those 3, if that makes any sense. So basically how it works is that if one of the houses in your top 10 doesn't invite you back, they will pull the very first one from your bottom 3 and you will have that on your list for the next day. So you will rank the first one, your bottom 3 is the one you liked the most out of the bottom 3, and then your last one in the bottom 3 is the one that you liked the least and you do not want to get asked back to. Moving on to round 2, which is philanthropy round. So you have a max of 9 parties, and on day 1, you will meet your pica and get your schedule. You'll either have all 9 in one day, or your 9 will be split up between day 1 and day 2. It just depends. So you're gonna have around 30-minute convos, and you'll usually, like each house will usually have a short video and maybe a speech or 2. This is a great opportunity to ask them about their philanthropy and make sure they are knowledgeable. Because when I went through the process, I asked a girl in one of the houses what their philanthropy was, and she had no idea, which was a big red flag to me. I didn't want to be in a sorority that did not like educate their members on what their philanthropy is, because that is like one of the biggest parts of a sorority. So make sure they're knowledgeable about their philanthropy. Ask them what their favorite memory is with their philanthropy, what they like best about their philanthropy, if they're involved in it at all. Just make sure they are knowledgeable, because it is so embarrassing to go into a house and the girls don't know what their philanthropy is. You can get like a little bit more deep, like I was saying. If you want to stray away from philanthropy questions, you can ask why you wanted to be in a sorority, what you're looking for out of a sorority. You can like tell them why you decided to rush, what you're looking for out of a sorority, or like ask them why they rushed, what they were looking for. Just get a feel for like what they kind of represent and like why they're in the house that they're in, just so you can get a little bit more insight into the house. So round 2, you're gonna be a little bit more dressed up. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but each round gets progressively more dressy, if that makes sense. So like round 1 is pretty casual, round 2 is a little bit dressier, round 3 is like a little bit dressier, and then prep round is the dressiest. So anyway. Some outfit ideas for round 2 would be like a dressier skirt with the shirt and like espadrilles or dressy sandals. And then you can wear your hair pretty much the same as round 1 because it is still pretty casual, like a little bit dressier. So maybe if you're wearing a ponytail, add like a hair scarf, or even if you're having it like half up, half down, add a hair scarf. You could add barrettes, just like add accents to like make you stand out a little bit, if that makes sense. So day 2 is the exact same as day 1. Either you're gonna have parties or you're not. They can be split up between both days. So it's the exact same as day 1 as far as like conversations and what to wear, because you aren't visiting the same houses. So at the end of day 2 or day 1, it just depends on when you finish your parties. But whenever you are finished with all of the houses that you got asked back to, you will vote. And what you're gonna do is vote your bottom 3 the same as round 1. So the first in your bottom 3 is the one you like the most out of your bottom 3. The last one in the bottom 3 is the one that you like the least. Moving on to round 3, which is Sisterhood Day. This is like by far my favorite round. When I was going through recruitment, Sisterhood round was my favorite because I got to actually like see what the girls liked about their sorority, and it gave me such a good insight into like what to expect from each of the houses. So you will get a max back of 6 sororities. You can have all 6 parties in one day, or you can have them split up between 2 days. So you'll do the same thing as you have every day and like meet your pai kai early in the morning, get your schedule. You're gonna have 45-minute conversations with each of the houses, and they will usually play a video and have a couple speeches. So this round you're gonna have deeper conversations since you have more time. You basically like wanna ask her what made her join the sorority that she's in, her favorite sisterhood event or memory, and the best part about being in the sorority that she's in, just so that you can really get a good feel for like what their values are, if you would align with them, if you would get along with them, and just so that you can like get a deeper insight into each house. For this round, I would wear a sundress or like a more casual dress with espadrilles or sandals. For this round, most girls wear dresses, but I think you could get away with like a romper would be okay. I think maybe like a 2-piece set, that would be okay too, but I would recommend dress or romper. If you have parties day 2, it's gonna be the exact same as day 1, and then whenever you finish however many parties you have, you're gonna vote, and this is the most crucial voting because you are going from 6 to 2. So you are going to rank your top 2. It doesn't matter what order you put your top 2 for this round, but it's a big day because you are going from, if you had the max, 6 to 2. So it's a big decision. So just keep that in mind if you have to make a pro-con list. This is actually like super exciting. The next round is prep. You will have a max of 2 sororities, which is like crazy that you've come this far. This day you will have 1-hour conversations, which like it seems crazy to like be talking to someone for like an hour. You'll usually have a special ceremony. This is when you ask the most deep questions that you can think of. Like ask them why she loves it, why she chose it, what made her stay in it. Like you can go back to like favorite memory if you haven't talked to her before, if you didn't ask that. Just think of like deeper questions to get to know the house better and see if you would be a good fit for it. You can even like straight out ask her like, what are your values? This is the fanciest round, so you will wear a cocktail dress or like a fancy romper and heels, and I would style your hair like you're going to like a formal event. So if you're coming like from high school, like a homecoming, just make sure your hair is styled, you're put together. Don't have your hair a mess because it just doesn't make a good first impression. I also wanted to say that you want to make this round count because it is your last shot to make them love you for who you are. So make your personality shine. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Be weird, be funny. This prep is 1 day since you're only having 2 parties. So after that you will vote and you will rank them 1 and 2. So your number 1 is the house that you want to be in. Like you want to run home to them on bid day. You can like definitely see yourself there. And then 2 is your second option, so you'd be happy being there, but it's not your top choice. Bid day, what you've all been waiting for. So basically you'll get to the Coliseum around like noonish, I think, and then you're gonna stand in a circle with your backs facing the circle, and then your pai kais are going to put your shirt in your hands, and then they're gonna count down, and then you'll all turn around and look at your shirt, and then you're gonna run with your pai kai group into the arena towards the crowd wearing the shirt that you got, and then you'll see the giant letters of the chapter, and like just follow the herds of people wearing the same color as you. It is pai kai reveal, so all of your pai kais will reveal what sorority they are in. If you don't know what a pai kai is, it is basically a member of a chapter that has disaffiliated from her chapter so that she can help PNMs go through the process of recruitment. So like be completely unbiased, be there to like guide you and help you out. Pai kai is someone that has disaffiliated from your sorority, so that's why there's pai kai reveal. And then after pai kai reveal, you're gonna run home with your new chapter and carry on with bid day. Usually you're gonna like listen to music, have food, and go to a venue and just hang out, but it's still the most fun day. Even for us actives, that's still like one of my favorite events that we do, just because it's so exciting getting new people and getting to see all you guys so excited. Oh my god, it's so much fun. So now I'm going to tell you about my experience. I went through round 1 and then round 2 came along. I met with my pie guys, and if you remember, round 2 is the max you can get back is 10. Everyone around me was getting back 10 or like at least 7. I only got back 3, which was really discouraging, and I wanted to drop out immediately because I was so embarrassed, and I was like, I don't understand what I did wrong. Like, I've been doing everything that all these YouTubers have told me to do, like everyone in the group chat has told me to do. Like, I followed all the rules, so I really didn't understand. But my roommate, shout out to you, she was the one that was like, just carry on with the process, and on bid day, if you hate it, you can always just drop. Like, it really is not that big of a deal. Round 3, I think I still had all 3 houses left, and then pref came and I only had 1 house. I was freaking out all night, being like, I'm gonna get dropped. Like, I was just waiting for the text. So on bid day, I already knew what sorority I was in because I hadn't gotten the text or anything, and I only had 1 house left. So I already knew what house I was in, so it kind of ruined the surprise. But I don't regret going through recruitment at all. I don't regret all the emotions I felt or all of the long days of sweating and getting blisters and crying. I don't regret anything. It was such a unique experience to go through. So my experience was very out of the ordinary. I haven't heard anyone else that's happened to. So I don't know if I just got very unlucky, but I really am a strong believer that everything does happen for a reason. I am in the chapter that I'm supposed to be in. I think if I had re-rushed, I would have ended up in the same house that I'm in now. I don't regret anything, which is good. Tips and advice. I want to emphasize on being yourself. Let your personality shine through, and you will end up where you're supposed to be. Because I have met so many of these girls, like on the other side of recruitment, where like I'm recruiting them. Like, I have met so many girls that just have no personality, because you can tell they're scared to like say something, or like they're gonna get blacklisted from a house for like even like speaking. So be yourself, be funny, be weird. Like, more often than not, the like girl recruiting you wants you to be like funny or entertaining because they've talked to hundreds of girls. So if you're yourself, like, you're gonna stand out and they're gonna remember you. So keep that in mind. Also, having an open mind throughout the entire process. Know that like a lot of girls will do research on like which houses are the best at USC. Keeping an open mind, because if you don't, you're going to completely ruin your rush experience. Because if you like if you're fixated on one house and then they drop you the first round, like, you're gonna be devastated, and you're probably gonna drop out of recruitment, which I think is so stupid to be fixated on one house, because each house is so unique in their own ways, and you will find where you're supposed to be if you like trust the process, give it your best shot, be yourself. Like, I truly do believe in that. I want to say that at the University of South Carolina, there really aren't like tiers for like sororities. So like, you'll have like top, middle, and bottom tier. There really aren't tiers. Like, you're not gonna not be friends with someone because they're in a different sorority than you. Like, the Pan-Atlantic community is very good about like showing Pan-Hel love, and like, you can be friends with literally anyone in any chapter, even if you're not in a sorority. Like, you can still be friends with them, because everyone has their different opinions of what sororities are the best and what one's the worst. So don't let anyone sway your opinion. Keep an open mind. Stay away from grade rank. It is completely inaccurate and can be modified by anyone, so don't trust it. That's all I have to say about that. Like I mentioned again, each sorority is so unique, so great and wonderful in their own ways. Each sorority has a different philanthropy that you can get involved with. Be really emotional and discouraging at times, but I would just say stick with it. Be true to yourself. Go to your pie guys. They're literally like there for your support. I literally was crying to my pie guy at one point. She told me to trust the process, stick it out, and now here I am. Going to my senior year. I've been in the same sorority for 4 years. I'm old. And I would not take back my recruitment experience for anything. I think it was unique. It shaped me for who I am today. It showed me to have tougher skin since I got dropped by 10 sororities the first round. Even if you think you're not a typical sorority girl, because obviously I'm not skinny, I'm not blonde, I'm not tan, and I am not tall. Like, I am none of like the typical like stereotypes of like a sorority girl. Overall, I would just suggest to anyone that is considering rushing that you just take the leap and you go through recruitment. You never know what can happen. You can meet your best friends for life. You can get so many leadership opportunities out of it, network connections for future jobs. There are just so many pros than cons to actually joining a sorority. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more sorority content, I can do an advice video specifically on like what to wear or like conversation tips. I can also make a video about my experience on the other side of recruitment, so being in a chapter and being a recruiter and going through that side of recruitment, because it is completely different. Like this video if you enjoyed it and want to see more sorority advice content, stuff like that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.